We're learning more about the victim in yesterday's fatal shooting at a Tallahassee apartment complex. Good evening, everyone. I'm Paulo Salazar.
And I'm Abby Maurer. Thank you for joining us for your news at 11. Tallahassee police say 29-year-old David Queen was found shot in the parking lot of the Plantation at Pine Lakes apartment homes after he got into a fight with another person. Yesterday afternoon, officers with the Tallahassee Police Department responded to the apartment off Halstead Boulevard after residents reported hearing gunshots and seeing one man laying in the parking lot suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. According to police, an argument at the mailboxes turned violent and Queen was shot. Now we're learning tonight that Queen is a native of the Miami area and relocated to Tallahassee to be closer to his daughter. Queen also grew up with former FSU running back Devontae Freeman, who now plays for the Atlanta Falcons. Freeman took to social media to grieve over his loss. Other family members and friends describe Queen as an ideal family man. His friend Ken Obando said, quote, "He was all about his family, friends, and his daughter. It was only good vibes when you were around Dave," end quote. Now, officers do have one person in custody related to the shooting. However, police have not pressed any charges yet. Officers are still investigating and ask if you have any information regarding the shooting to call TPD at 850-891-4200.
Funeral arrangements for the former FAMU student found burned inside his business have been set. Last week, we learned 24-year-old Aaron Goodwin was the victim of a homicide after police responded to a fire at his sneaker store on South Adams Street. Officers responded to the store after reports of smoke coming from the building. When officers arrived, they discovered Goodwin's body under the debris. The 24-year-old FAMU graduate owned the business Extreme Heat. His funeral is being held in Cocoa Beach this Saturday at the Zion Orthodox Church at 2 p.m. The Leon County Sheriff's Office has set up a tip line for any information on Goodwin's death. You're asked to call 850-606-3600.
A Tallahassee man is behind bars tonight for an unusual crime after Leon County deputies received reports of him impersonating a police officer and then robbing a prostitute. Jimmy Ferguson was arrested today by deputies stemming from an investigation launched back in February and March after women reported Ferguson pretending to be a police officer to swindle them out of their money. The sheriff's office says Ferguson would respond to an online advertisement, and when he would show up, he would claim to work for Tallahassee police.
And at that point in time, the defendant informed the victim that he was a law enforcement officer, displayed a handgun, and ultimately took all of her money and coerced her into a sexual encounter.
The sheriff's office says an armed robbery with a firearm is a felony and can come with a mandatory life sentence. As far as the sexual battery charge, that is also a first-degree felony, and impersonating an officer can carry a sentence up to 15 years.
For Memorial Day weekend, AAA will be offering its Tow-to-Go program to keep drunk drivers off the roadways. As a last resort, you can call AAA anytime Friday through Tuesday until 6 a.m., whether you're a member or not. Now, they'll take you and your vehicle home somewhere safe within 10 miles. The program will be available to people living in both Georgia and Florida. Since its inception in 1998, Tow-to-Go has safely removed more than 24,000 impaired drivers from the roads.
And the weekend's almost here, right?
I know, I can't wait.
You're going out of town, have plans.
Yeah, I'll be heading to the beach this weekend.
Well, let's check it out with our chief meteorologist, Cass Noeters. Cass, will it be a good beach weekend?
So far, it's looking pretty fantastic, especially considering late May, the verge of summer, which is coming up in less than a month. Some folks consider Memorial Day weekend to be the unofficial start of summer, and it doesn't get much better than what's in the forecast. The last few thunderstorms that are in the scope of the Titan radar system are mostly off the Emerald Coast, Panama City, Fort Walton, moving farther offshore. So we're not seeing any kind of resurgence of storminess locally for the overnight hours. And once those storms are gone, we're not going to see much of anything coming back for at least another couple days, thanks in part to the introduction of much drier air. Right now, it's still just sultry and warm, with some areas still in the lower 80s. Apalachicola, after a high of 96 today, a record, still 82, 81 Tallahassee, but 75 in Thomasville, and dew point levels on the decrease in general. The core of the dry air not quite in place yet, but the northwesterly wind flow that we have right now is going to transport that drier air into the region, and that dryness makes a huge difference this time of year, especially in the mornings when it comes to those overnight temperatures. But even in the afternoons, we'll still get warm over the next several days, but we won't have so much to worry about when it comes to excessive mugginess and moisture, and that also leads to lower rain chance. We'll break all the numbers down and how it all translates into your extended weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Law enforcement deaths are on the rise across the country. Last year, 117 officers died in the line of duty. That's a 9% increase from 2013, when 107 officers were killed. This, according to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund.
And each year there's a bike ride to remember the fallen officers called the Police Unity Tour. In this edition of The Insiders, WTXL ABC 27's Jade Biloxa followed Chapter 8 as they rode their bikes on an unforgettable journey.
We ride for those who died. That's the slogan of the Police Unity Tour. Law enforcement officers and family members of the fallen hold this journey close to their hearts. And you don't have to know those killed in the line of duty to honor them.
I'm riding for my baby brother.
Bill Smith lost his brother, Leon County Deputy Chris Smith, on November 22, 2014, after he was shot responding to a house fire. Months later, Bill Smith is finding some comfort in riding with other survivors and law enforcement officers who are dealing with similar experiences.
Well, I think what's very hard for people to understand is how meaningful it is to us. There is a possibility that tomorrow my partner, my wife, will not come home from work because she's a police officer.
Members of the Tallahassee Police Department, the Florida Highway Patrol, as well as other agencies in the Sunshine State, traveling many miles to take part in the annual event, some riding for people they never met.
The individual that I'm riding for is an officer, Anthony Haas, and he was from Rio Rancho PD. He was killed in the line of duty on October 26th of 2014, and it's my honor to do so.
The 3-day bike ride was no easy feat. They climbed steep hills.
The second 2 days are all hills.
Today was hilly.
Hilly, but to us it's kind of like symbolic.
And when it got tough, Matthew Clements looked down at the bracelet wrapped around his wrist, bearing the name of an officer who paid the ultimate sacrifice. And what kept Kimberly Hornsby from Texas pedaling was the notion she could overcome anything, because she says nothing compares to the heartache she felt with losing her husband, followed by his friend.
Bobby was killed in 2013, and so I wanted to ride for him. And so while we were here last year, actually while we were on the tour, the day of the safety meeting, his buddy and fellow SWAT mate, Chuck Dinwiddie, was shot, and he actually passed away while we were on this ride.
The ride took Police Unity Tour cyclists through the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. And if you ask them, they'll tell you those moments riding alongside the marble walls etched with the names of well over 20,000 fallen officers was bittersweet.
Seeing it is kind of a reminder that it came, like, it's there because he sacrificed his life.
As the ride ended, strangers meeting up with one another to honor the fallen, and family members gathering with their loved ones at the wall near their names.
He died a hero.
Deputy Chris Smith's wife says it's an honor no one wants, but it's incredible to have the support, and humbling that her brother-in-law rode the long distance, all for their hero.
He worked 25 years in law enforcement, so it's what he loved. I mean, he loved his kids and he loved me, but he loved his job, and he loved his brothers and sisters in law enforcement.
Survivors say the Police Unity Tour and the candlelight vigil that followed honor the courage and dedication of the fallen officers, who will never be forgotten. And you can watch a special presentation Saturday night at 6:30 about the entire event called Blue Healing. You can also see pictures, videos, and blogs from the Police Unity Tour on our website, WTXL.tv. And remember, if you have a story idea for the Insiders, send us an email at abc27news@WTXL.tv. Attention, Insiders. Jade Balexa, WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you.
Well, coming up on your news at 11, state officials release crime statistics from the past 2 years. We'll show you how counties throughout our area compare to the state.
And later in sports, the FSU softball team is trying to start off game 1 of its Super Regional with a win. Ron Snyder will explain coming up. And always connect with ABC 27 on our official app. Stay up to date with all the latest local news by downloading the app for free at the App Store and Google Play. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Kelly and Michael are at Disneyland's Diamond Celebration.
I don't want to miss any of the characters.
Me either. Next live, superstar Mariah Carey.
Did you hear something?
Plus, we get your motor running at Disney's Cars Land. Next live from Disneyland.
Look, Mike's Krispies.
Your ears are delicious.
Friday at 9 on ABC 27.
It's the final days of the Memorial Day sales event at Ashley Furniture Home Store. Get huge reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Unbelievable prices on furniture for every room. Hurry in now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
20 years ago, Jennifer Coleman was diagnosed with lung cancer. She had very few places to turn. Today, there are significantly improved treatment options, and yet more than 30% of all lung cancer patients still don't know about the therapies and clinical trials available to them. My mom didn't have many choices, but you do. Please visit standuptocancer.org/lungcancer to learn about options that may be right for you.
Where can you get up to 15% off a new Traverse, Equinox, Malibu, Impala, or Cruise? Dale Jr. Chevrolet. It's our 18th annual Memorial Day tent event, May 21st through 25th. Bring the kids and have fun at our newly remodeled dealership. We'll have food, fun, and banks on site for fast and easy approvals on great deals, like the new Chevy Cruze from $16,988. Find new roads in your new Chevrolet from Dale Jr. Chevrolet. Stop by May 21st through the 25th or visit GoDaleJr.com today.
Transforming your old room was as easy as snapping a picture. At Carpet One, we make choosing and installing beautiful new floors a snap. And during our Snap and Save flooring sale, save up to $500 on carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, and more. Or save up to 50% on Tigressa carpets. Plus, take advantage of our special financing options.
Now you know why Carpet One Flooring Home is your store for the perfect floor.
Hurry in to Ashley Furniture Home Store for the mega mattress event going on this week. Save up to $1,000 on Sealy Posturepedic and Simmons Beauty Rest sets, plus queen mattress deals for only $199. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
Welcome back, everyone. Now on your news at 11, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement releases a report showing crime rates dropped in Florida in 2014, but that was not the case for a few counties in our own area. Leon County saw an increase in total crime from nearly 12,900 in 2013 to more than 14,000 in 2014. Now, murder and sex offenses were up slightly statewide, but in Leon County, murder increased by more than 21%. And sex offenses by nearly 20%. Now, statewide, burglary rates fell, but in Leon County, it saw an increase of nearly 7%. Robbery rates, however, did drop in the county by 22%. Now, there were also increases in total number of offenses in other counties, including Jefferson with 40.2% increase and Wakulla County with a 9.4% increase. Gadsden, Madison, Taylor, and Franklin counties all saw decreases of less than 10%. And you can read more on this story if you visit our website at WTXL.tv.
In your political news tonight, the Obama administration has made an offer it hopes will help resolve a $1 billion stalemate in Florida's state budget. Today, federal officials agreed to extend Florida's federal hospital funds for 2 years, but only at about half the amount the state received last year. That means the state may have to dip into other programs, or state hospitals will get less money in the coming year. Federal health officials sent the state a letter stressing they would not use the low-income pool hospital funds to cover anyone that could be covered by Medicaid expansion, but acknowledged the loss of those funds.
Now let's turn things back over to Casanova Nurse with another look outside. Cass.
Although I'm sure many local kids getting excited about the long weekend and, of course, the longer summer break that's right around the corner. But a few more trips to the bus stop are ahead, including tomorrow morning, where the sky will be mostly clear and the temperatures may be noticeably cooler, some 60s with drier air. Still warm in the afternoon, but I'll tell you what kind of differences that dry air makes in your Storm Team forecast.
If your dream is to attend FSU, the TCC2FSU program can get you there guaranteed. Tallahassee Community College advisors will help you stay on track to earn your degree and transfer. Begin your journey to an FSU degree through the TCC2FSU Golden Guarantee program.
When it's cancer, you'll go wherever you have to for the most advanced treatment possible. But here in Tallahassee, world-class cancer care is now available in 2 locations close to home at Florida Cancer Specialist.
We are part of their family. Patients feel at home with us.
They need a personal touch, taking care of them as a human being, not as a number.
It's so profound. They desperately need the best care they can get at that moment.
Florida Cancer Specialist and Research Institute. Visit us at flcancer.com.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do, to help keep everyone safe. Lease the Infiniti QX60 for $369 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
At Badcock and get a dream deal on these beautiful bedrooms, now up to half off. And save up to 50% on these stylish sofas when you buy the matching love seat. With no credit refused, Badcock makes great style easy to afford.
The TCC2FSU program will prepare you to earn your AA degree at Tallahassee Community College and then transfer to Florida State University. Find out more about this affordable program. Begin your journey to an FSU degree through the TCC2FSU Golden Guarantee program.
Titan Doppler Radar is sponsored by Kraft Nissan.
Every morning the sun rises in our fair city. A while later, Chris, the late riser, wakens for a day of work and involvement in FSU and community, serving Tallahassee as he has for years. Across town, Brother Peter, the early riser, has already turned on the lights, checked itineraries, and game planned with loyal employees who've been showing up every day for decades. And as the day rolls into business mode, the brothers orchestrate what has come to be recognized as Tallahassee's premier auto dealership, your car dealer, Kraft Nissan.
Our chief meteorologist, Casanova Nurse, is joining us now. Cass, another warm day. What was the high for today?
It was 94 in Tallahassee, most areas lower 90s. The warmest spot, however, was Apalachicola. Usually you think of the coast, you get the sea breeze, cool things off. Not the case today, but that sea breeze did activate a couple spotty areas of thunder, but not a huge impact area-wide, just a few areas of cloud cover that has been present across some of our locations, even at this hour, like Tallahassee. 81 degrees, but the more north you go, the drier the air is, the clearer it becomes, and slightly cooler as a result. Thomasville 73. Valdosta still holding on to the upper 70s, such as Moody Air Force Base, Monticello. You can throw those in the same category. St. Mark's at 79. Off to the northwest, way to the northwest of Dothan, that's where the drier air is really settling in, and it is making a move towards the southeast. So we are going to encounter that change, and that makes a huge difference in the feel of the air both at night and even during the day. Now, with the decreasing amounts of moisture, we're not going to see a whole lot of support for showers and storms. But the more south you go, there's still quite a bit of a soupy air mass around and some leftover showers and storms rolling in from the Emerald Coast and the Panhandle regions. Some of those areas of rain are trying to creep more towards the coastal zones and then offshore. So not so much of an impact of these storms in our local area. So our rain chance is basically down to 0 unless you're right at the Apalachicola area, St. Vincent Sound, maybe even towards Carabel. Could have a few of those stray showers moving in overnight. But after that occurs, if it occurs, we're going to have a drier period ahead for Saturday as well as into Sunday. And that's thanks to this large area of high pressure across most of the Mid-South region. That's going to carry our winds from the north and even northeast by late in the period. But that northerly component is very crucial because that brings in the dry air behind the front. The front just enough push to get to the south of the region, and that should be rather ideal to really wind down any kind of significant rain potential for at least the beginning first half of the Memorial Day weekend. But we will still see some occasional clouds. High thin cirrus could filter out the sun, slowing down the warming, not a whole lot. We'll still manage to reach the upper 80s and even lower 90s. We will account for a chance for an ever so isolated thunderstorm south of the Steinhatchee area, for example, over the peninsula. But in South Georgia, rain chance tomorrow is 0. A clearer sky overnight, some patches of thin clouds, and highs 85 to 90. So that's not too shabby considering the average is about 88. And the morning lows will fall even deeper into the 60s, especially across the interior of South Georgia. In the beach and boating forecast tomorrow, northwest to north winds 5 to 14, seas 2 to 3 feet, moderate rip current risk, gobs of sunshine, and that stretches into Saturday as well. Saturday morning, might be tempted to open the window because we could have lows in the mid and even lower 60s across the interior sections of our region, and enough support to keep rain out of the picture. Maybe a very minor isolated shower on Sunday. Then the moisture creeps back later next week and the temperatures start to climb back.
A little bit of showers, nothing that a nice big beach umbrella can't handle, right?
There you go. Watch out for thunder, but even that chance is pretty low.
All right, Cass, thank you for that.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to have a look at sports with Ron Snyder when we come right back. Stay with us.
ABC 27 HD Titan Doppler radar, sponsored by Kraft Nissan and the full-size Nissan Titan pickup.
Tonight, Howie Mandel knows the secret to making new friends.
Go up to somebody in the street, a stranger. Just cover their eyes and say, guess who?
Plus Ray Liotta and an explosive performance from Zed. New Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight on ABC.
When you call Ramjack, all of our evaluations are free. We diagnose, we look at your foundation type, and engineer the project so we can proceed with repairing it.
Ramjack.
Experienced, reputable, guaranteed.
At H.H. Gregg, get 0 down and 0 interest till January 2018.
Greg's got it!
Through Memorial Day week, up to 30% off appliances. Top brands, low prices, fast delivery.
Greg's got it!
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or during the Chevy Memorial Day sale, choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,500 when you finance through select lenders. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Thomasville Toyota Memorial Day sales event is on. New 2015 Camry, $19,988. Now through Monday night, $19,988. Buy new Camry. Memorial Day sales event now at Thomasville Toyota. $5,000 off all in-stock new 2015 Camrys. Yes, $5,000 off Camrys. Ends Memorial Day night. Thomasville Toyota, where you drive home happy. Online, thomasvilletoyota.com.
We offer a local warranty through our office here, but we also have a national warranty trust.
Their warranty will be honored and serviced throughout the duration of the structure.
Ramjack.
Experienced, reputable, guaranteed.
Time to live the dream, Florida. It's your Thursday, May 21st, Florida Lottery Fantasy 5 game. I'm Michelle Isles. Now let's play Fantasy 5. Imagine winning hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now tonight's winning Fantasy 5 numbers are 5, 9, 13, 27, and 1. Once again, tonight's winning Fantasy 5 numbers are 5, 9, 13, 27, and 1. Bigger games and brighter futures? Just imagine.
Welcome back, everyone.
Well, this is the Ron Sanders joining us now. This is the third time the FSU softball team has gone to Super Regionals, hoping third time's a charm.
They've advanced last year and made it to the College World Series, so they're trying to make it back to the College World Series and, of course, win it all this time. But first, they have to take out Tennessee on the road. The FSU softball team lost to Tennessee earlier in the season, but that was a neutral site game in February, and Coach Lonnie Alameda says they're a different team now. They have better chemistry and young freshman players like Morgan Claveman. She's grown up. But now they're ready to make a postseason run with those young players. FSU in the Super Regionals taking on the Lady Vols, game 1 of a 3-game series. Top of the second, Victoria Daddis at the plate with 2 runners on. Finds a hole down the left field line. That allows a run to score. The Noles strike first to make it 1-0. Next inning, Jessica Warren, one of the young players at the plate. And this is what you do to contribute the postseason. There it is. There it goes. A solo shot to make it 2-0 Noles. So with Jessica Burrows on the mound, they look like they were in good shape, but it's tied at 2 in the 7th inning. Megan Gregg comes through in the clutch for the Lady Vols, gets it through on the right side. Lexi Overstreet scores, and Tennessee with a last at bat magic there to beat the Noles in game 1, 3-2. Meanwhile, the FSU baseball team just trying to finish off North Carolina. That game in the 9th inning right now. Florida State clinging to an 8-2 lead. Looks like they're going to finish it off and win that one to win their second game in Pool A. Well, the school year is winding down and spring football is wrapping up, but you can't cap off spring football without showing all the progress you made. So Rickards, Wakulla, and Godby all got together at Gene Cox Stadium for some spring football. 2 quarters of football to warm up for the fall. Second quarter, DJ Phillips, a 2-yard touchdown run to make it 13-8 Rickards. They're taking on Wakulla, but Wakulla with the answer. Phillip Franks tosses it up. Keith Gavin coming down with it. 16-13 Wakulla. Oh, they're ready for the fall already, but with the game winding down, Rickards strikes back. Dolphin Williams rams it through. 20-16 Rickards. So Wakulla trying to come with the answer with the second quarter finishing up. Firing deep, but Javon Wooten on the basketball team, so you know he can jump with the game-sealing interception, and Rickards wins 20-16.
Man, they're all veterans, man. They're all coming back, and so they should always have a good night. The biggest thing is, man, defensively trying to play good football.
Well, after about a 15-minute break, Wakulla with a chance to rebound against Godby. First quarter. How about the War Eagle running game? Get out of his way. Montarius Logan busts through for the score. Wakulla leads 8-0 after the first quarter, and War Eagles win 24-8. Leon also finishing up the spring. They had their spring game this evening, an inter-squad scrimmage, and some barbecue. Barbecue will certainly make you hustle. Coach Coakley has been a football coach for 26 years, but even he can't match all the history at Leon. This is the 100th year of football at the school. He wants the team to appreciate all the groundwork the players before them laid, and he's honored to lead this historic season.
We're bringing back all the alumni, all the people that played in the past. We're going to have some 1948 graduates here in the fall, so we know that we have a huge responsibility to prepare well so that we can play well. And we're really looking forward to it. I just can't describe to people what it's like to be the one taking care of 100 years of football.
And they'll remember it even more if they find a way to win a championship. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Come celebrate 21 years of the Downtown Marketplace every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park, featuring fresh homegrown food, fine arts and crafts, music, special events, and children's activities. Please don't miss special events all season long. For a complete calendar, visit downtownmarket.com and click more resources under About the Marketplace. The Downtown Marketplace, Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park. Brought to you by the Tallahassee Downtown Improvement Authority, WTXL, ABC 27, and these sponsors.
unmarried couple
The two of you were cohabiting and cavorting.
find they're not a good fit.
She kicked you out.
She told me to move out, and I didn't understand why.
He got angry and started throwing things. He went to go out the back door, and he bashed it down.
Now they look for sympathy.
Two people who live together without benefit of marriage and then come and annoy me. Let me tell you how I feel about that.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 7:30 on ABC 27.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better. I've been a Rotarian for 17 years. The